When Dallas Eakins arrived in Toronto in 2005, he joined the Marlies. But it wasn't his first time in Toronto. No, he actually had a long career in the NHL, 8 NHL teams to be exact, and one of them was the Toronto Maple Leafs. Well, this past season, he was the Director of Player Development for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And now Mike Ulmer had a chance to get to know him a little better.
Dallas, let's start with Chris Didomenico, whose season was ended by a serious leg injury. Tell us what you know about the injury and what you saw in him prior to that.
Well, he was having just a great year, and he's one of those kids that he just doesn't go away. He wasn't drafted into the Ontario Hockey League, got a chance in the Quebec League. Obviously a member of the World Junior team and was on a very powerful team with Drummondville. He suffered a very bad injury. He's got a broken femur. He's had surgery. He's resting comfortably, and by all indications, they've done a great job putting him back together. So he's one of those guys, if he was a mentally weak guy, I'd be a little worried about him because it's going to be extensive rehab. But like I said before, this kid won't go away, and he'll find a way to get through this.
How long until he's back up to where he was prior to the injury? What's the recovery time?
Well, it's on injuries like this, it's hard to say. I'm guessing it's going to be a minimum of 6 months, but sometimes they can go one way or the other.
And his thing is he's always had game. How was his skating before the injury? And I guess that's the fear that it could compromise his. If that isn't the strongest part of his game, it could push him down a little bit in terms of speed-wise.
Yeah, you can look at this two ways. The one thing that Chris really needed was strength. He's a really skinny kid. He's light. He's a fierce competitor. His skating was fine, the mechanics of it. It was just that he wasn't strong enough yet. So we're going to have to build what strength he did have back up. But sometimes these long layoffs with injuries, you're able to really go after his weight and his strength on his overall body, and that's what we'll do.
Let's talk about Tyler Bozak for a second, because Tyler was hurt, we don't have that large a body of work to look at to sort of apprise what we're going to see next year. But describe Tyler as a player if you can, and what he needs to do through the summer to get better, or is he NHL ready now?
Well, you know what? He's a prospect, and obviously he's turning pro, and he's going to have to earn his way. So he's got a lot of Chris Didomenico in him. He's a fierce competitor. He's a strong skater. He's got good hands, good vision. So he's going to be in that mix of centermen there that are hopefully going to be good players for us down the road.
Let's talk about Viktor Stalberg, because we saw him briefly with the Marlies. And to see Viktor Stalberg play in the American League is to have your head snap back a little bit, because his skating is so superior to almost anyone else in the American League. It really jumps out.
Yeah, he has a great skill set. And the great thing about Viktor Stalberg is for me, when he steps on the ice, immediately you see a hockey player. He looks like a hockey player. He carries himself. He's got good size. He's still growing. He's like 6'3", 210 right now. He is an excellent skater. He has a great skill set with his hands and his eyes. His challenge in the past is his consistency, and it has improved. The Kevin Sned in Vermont has done an excellent job with this player, and he's earned his contract. And now he's going to have to earn his way into the pro ranks.
How about the defensive part of the game? Is he adequate in that area?
Yeah, he's good. He was he knows where he's supposed to be. There are some things he's going to have to change a little bit. Keeping his stick down on the ice, things that we harp on a lot here in Toronto. And the other thing is he wasn't playing in Vermont to play defense. He was there to score. So some of the chances that he took at school aren't chances that he'll take here. But this kid's skating is great, and that's hard to teach.
Well, size and skating, two things that the Leafs know they needed, and two things that he brings in spades.
That's right. And the other thing about Viktor, he's a really intelligent kid. He's book smart and street smart. So that goes a long way when you're trying to develop a player.
Dale Mitchell's gone a long way in this playoff round. Tell me about his progress, what you've seen from him so far.
You know what? He's another guy. He's got great straightaway speed in short bursts. He does have some problems going side to side. He is at his best when he's agitating. He's not the biggest guy on the ice, but he's got a good base. He does get under other teams' skin, and he has a great release with his shot. So there's another guy with a different kind of skill set who is enjoying a great season. Once again, he's got a great organization there, good coaches, a good general manager, all guys that have played and are pointing him in the right direction. And he's had an excellent playoff. He's right up there in the top of the scoring, and he's been agitating.
It's interesting. Some players that size want to sort of shirk away, want to be ignored, want to be invisible. And there's two ways of doing it. Clearly, you can be invisible. You can be in the forefront and in the middle of everything. And he's chosen that way. Why is that? How can a little guy get away with that?
Well, sometimes because he's a little guy. To challenge a player like that, and if you're bigger than him, you can only lose, because if there is a physical battle, you are supposed to win it because he's smaller than you.
Right.
So I like when the smaller players are agitating and are in the other team's face, because if a smaller player wants to disappear, he's probably going to disappear to a 9-to-5 job.
Don't go anywhere. We'll have more of Ulmer's chat with Dallas Eakins after the break. You are watching Leaf Space.